Jupiter. The dangerous giant. The fifth planet from the Sun, and the largest planet in the solar system, it is 2.5 times bigger than all other planets. As we approach, we can clearly see the brown bands and red spots against the milky background, formed by chemical compounds of sulfur and ammonia, that give Jupiter its distinctive look. Although beautiful to look at, Jupiter is surrounded by a deadly layer of radiation that would kill us almost immediately. Safe in the protection of our spaceship, let's take a closer look. The most noticeable feature as we near the planet is the oval-shaped spot on its surface. This is the famous Great Red Spot. Named for its fiery red center, it could swallow the Earth 3 times over. Visible from Earth, the Great Red Spot is a giant storm capable of swallowing up other storms that it has collided with. Although its magnificence has ebbed and flowed in the 3 centuries it has been observed, it remains today as powerful as ever, with wind speeds regularly reaching over 320 kilometers per hour. Deep below the beautiful, swirling gaseous layers, made up largely of hydrogen and a little helium, is a solid surface of hydrogen, ice, rock, and metal. In the greatest depths, the pressure is 1,000 times greater than on the Earth, and would crush our ship immediately. As we exit the orbit of Jupiter, we may just get a fleeting glimpse of the rings that surround the planet. Although not as spectacular as its neighboring planet Saturn, these rings of dust, formed from impacting micrometeorites on small moons surrounding Jupiter, are still very impressive, creating a ring, over 500,000 kilometers in diameter. We leave Jupiter, and go on to look at some of its fascinating moons. As we approach Io, we can clearly see that it looks a hot and fiery place. The gravitational tug-of-war between Jupiter and some of its larger moons adds to the intense distortion and volatility of this moon, giving it a pulsating, writhing surface that is spectacular to witness. Let's get a look at the darker side of the moon, so we can truly explore and appreciate Io's intense volcanic activity. Despite its scorching appearance, this is actually a moon of contrasts, with temperatures ranging from an icy -140 degrees on the surface, to searing volcanic eruptions of 2,000 degrees. There are 400 volcanoes on Io, including Loki, so fierce that it can be seen from Earth. These volcanoes hurl sulfur and other particles away from the surface, creating a thin sulfur dioxide atmosphere and forming its icy sulfur frost on the surface. The particles emitted into space from these eruptions contribute to an invisible zone that forms around Jupiter, where its immense gravity accelerates these particles to near light speed, producing intense radiation. We leave Io behind, and pull away from Jupiter's grip, to head towards another moon. Accelerating to 1/4 the speed of light, we rapidly approach the much more distant moon of Ganymede. Although the largest of Jupiter's moons, with a 5,000 kilometers diameter, it has few distinctive features, and less is known about it than some of the others. What we can see is that it has dark and light patches. Both have been formed from impacts with objects. The darker patches are old battle scars that have been covered with dust, whilst the light patches are much fresher war wounds that have yet to heal. Aside from that, it is a fairly inactive world of little interest to us on this journey. We are now heading much further out towards one of Jupiter's mysterious secrets. Do not let this cold and barren and foreboding-looking planet fool you. There are many wonders to be unearthed here. Can you see the deep dark tracks that cover this planet? These are known as lineae, and are formed from the motion of a vast ocean underneath the icy surface, which pulls apart the crust of ice, and erupts with plumes of water. Underneath this deep ocean is thought to be a rocky core, abundant with metallic elements. A third and final fact about Europa is that it's tidally locked to Jupiter. So why is Europa generating such interest? The energy from the tidal pull, the rocky organic chemical core, the water from the oceans, the organic compounds, are all the elements considered to be essential for producing and sustaining life. Below this icy surface could be an ocean teeming with life. Could we be looking at the Earth, Mark II? Man will undoubtedly land on Europa, in the near future, and drill down through the ice to the ocean below. What might dare we find? A quick scoot to Callisto now. It is the third largest moon in our solar system with a diameter of 3,000 miles, orbiting around Jupiter's main radiation belt. It is a very inactive world, with very few geological features, and is considered dead and barren. This mysterious planet of Jupiter, and its system of moons, 484 million miles from the Sun, has fascinated us for hundreds of years. It has been explored only relatively recently by the Voyager and Galileo space probes, as well as the Hubble telescope. What further secrets will it give up in the years to come? This is the end of this part of our tour. I hope you enjoyed your journey, and will come back to see some more another time.